Anyway, so the president apologized the other day. Where we have that soundbite actually, and I've seen a lot of discussions again on social media whether it amounted to an apology. But let's listen to what the president had to say about how the curfew has been enforced, or at least in the first days.
Maybe in the initial stages there were some challenges, and I want to apologize to all Kenyans, maybe for some excesses that were conducted or happened. But I want to assure you that if we work together, if we all understand that this problem needs all of us, and we all pull in the same direction, we will overcome.
Okay, I know we have little time.
Yeah.
I just have one thing to say. An apology should be unequivocal. So you can't say maybe we had some issues, and you can't call the death of 3 people challenges, and he says maybe for some excesses. If you're going to apologize, then apologize, because I can't imagine the mother of young Yasin
Hussein Moyo,
yeah, who hears this apology. I don't know what that does for her.
For the family of Yusuf Abdallah.
Exactly, that's all.
IPOA sent a statement on the following day after the first night of the curfew, and they reminded the police officers that let them do whatever they want to do, but they will bear personal responsibility for any transgressions, any abuse of
human rights
and any violations. And that's where we need to be. If there is a police officer who has violated anyone's human rights, who has used excessive force, this is a very good opportunity to take stern action against them and serve as an example to others, because it is one thing to enforce a curfew, but it is another to do it in such a brutal way, including deaths that are totally unexplainable, like that young man in that young man who was shot from the roof, from the balcony.
Yes,
it's unexplainable. I mean, I've seen there's some 4 people in Nakuru who were battered by police officers and they broke their ribs. I mean, those are the officers that we should have paraded and prosecuted. But suffice to say, there are quite a number of police officers who are doing a great job, who are doing a very good job, who are reasonable, who are guiding the process, who are implementing and enforcing the curfew in the right way. So at the same time, let's not look at all police officers as aggressors, as bad people. There are quite a number of them who are doing a good job. But the few who are doing a bad job, they should be removed from the main ones who are doing a good job, set aside, prosecuted, so that they can bear responsibility for their actions.
You speak about officers who are doing a good job, Gashwin. Of course, we remember Officer Amina Ramadan Mutio, the lady who was seen in various pictures, akijaribu kusaidia mama on that first day of the curfew. But on the other side, we still see the images in Likoni. I think it was 2 hours to the curfew, and people are being beaten. Of course, there's the images of the lady rolling on the ground and a police officer beating her. And that's really what a lot of people keep seeing every time they hear the curfew. Yes, granted, there's been the government order that all employers should release their employees by 4 p.m. And you said it now, watu wameambiwa mubebe mzigo wenu wenyewe. So if you're the one who is caught, actually, unapiga mtu manini uko peke yako utajipanga. And I think that's a good thing. So I think since Tuesday or Wednesday, I've been hearing that instead of beating people up, there've been more arrests and people being fined na inaishia hapo. And I think we need to be careful going forward that we do not kiuka haki za kibinadamu ya watu, because as it still is, you're still human beings. These are difficult times, but it's not right really to beat someone's mother or father or sister or son or daughter like that.
But Linus, the president, he I mean, considering where we have come from as a country, I mean, for him to have come without any prompting to say, you know what, there was a problem. There probably a problem with his language, how he put it, but you get the sense that he was trying to make things right. He came to a point where he looked
I actually don't get the sense that he was trying to do things right. I think he sank deeper into what's already a bad situation.
Yeah.
Remember, this maybe apology that he issued came in the middle of that conversation with Brenda and Brian over a video link to Afi House. This is not an apology. The president comes across as out of touch. It comes across as, when you use the word maybe, is it because you don't have first-hand information about what happened? You did not see what had happened? Or you were informed by an aide of one of your assistants? The president did wrong by putting the words maybe, especially considering the case of a child, a 13-year-old that was killed. What we saw was senseless violence on the part of the police. And I just want to say something about that, because what we also saw was this appetite. I don't know how that can be explained. Mm-hmm. The appetite by the police to get violent was visible as early as when they beat my friend and NTV journalist Peter Wainaina. That was, is it 2 hours before the curfew?
It was.
You know, they were really in this eagerness to commit this violence.
Linus, did you also see look at the videos where some officers were recording themselves and taunting Kenyan yetu, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And for all the wrong reasons. Our policemen turn violent on wrong people. Because honestly, there are a lot of people to be beaten in this country. If you're talking of that kind of discipline. And I watched one of the overzealous officers was a traffic policeman, and I was looking at him and saying,
but that was commendable. What's on TV now?
Right.
That,
which one is this?
This is
guy,
what police...
The guy was giving sanitizer to all these guys and telling them, like,
remember, don't forget the time lapse between this video and the earlier ones.
Yeah.
This is the late evening one.
Yeah.
All the bad things had already happened. Yeah. Remember, there was the hour to the curfew, and then there is the first hour of the curfew. Mm-hmm. That is when the policeman in traffic uniform, who should be identified and rewarded probably with HSC for excellent implementation of the curfew. I've been wondering, where was that policeman who is a traffic cop? Because we have some of the worst traffic conducts in this side of the continent. That eagerness is shocking. But I want to say the last point is on the issue of accountability. These things happen because nobody in Vigilance House, nobody in Harambee House has ever been held accountable. These people killed so many people in 2017 during across the 2 elections, including children. Let's not forget Baby Pendo. Baby Pendo was killed by overzealous policemen.
Oh, yeah.
We need to hold people in higher positions accountable. Mutiambai is very new to his position. He should be careful that this should not be the first thing he's held accountable for. But there's a lot of blood in the hands of people in Harambee House. There's a lot of blood in the hands of people in Vigilance House. And when that is not taken to account, then these things will continue. But the one clear thing is, Kenyans don't accept it as part of our culture, which is why we even have a maybe apology from the president.
Put it this way, this curfew, for as long as it will be, without accountability, is anarchy. Simple and pure. I mean, people can't be beaten up like that for whatever reason. I mean, we were told by the IG that whoever will defy the curfew order will be arrested and taken to the police station and prosecuted. I don't know if there is anyone who has been arrested. And this is what Charles Kanjama, the LSK Nairobi branch chairman, was calling beat and release, which is totally wrong.
Yep.
If somebody has made a mistake, arrest them, take them through the due process. I don't think corporal punishment is part of the measures in terms of mitigating a curfew. Okay. So without accountability, it's anarchy.
It's debatable, and I just want to make one position clear from my end with regard to the curfew. Curfew is necessary. A lockdown, as called for by Peter Kenneth, I think 2 weeks ago.
Even the Sosion today.
And even Sosion today is possible and maybe necessary. And there'll be ways of implementing it. What is different with the Kenyan situation is lack of clarity of what the leadership wants to achieve. Because you can do terrible things. And the president of Philippines today issued a shoot to kill order for all those who are defying
The curfew, yeah.
the lockdown.
The lockdown,
But
yeah.
Duterte is something else.
Yes, in Rwanda there is a total lockdown, and the government, President Kagame himself, is supervising distribution of food to other places. There is that disconnect when it comes to the leadership in Kenya, whether what do you want to achieve, which is why my final point would be on President Uhuru Kenyatta stepping forward, because he's really reclined to the background in my view. He's made 3 appearances, one of them online, 2 physically. In other places, presidents are leading this exercise. From Donald Trump to Kagame, Museveni in the neighborhood, President Uhuru Kenyatta should not leave this to Mutahi Kagwe alone. He should step forward and actually clarify how he intends to handle this crisis.
Shall we